ever been to a 21st century science fair?
Come take a look at a digital science fair in 4th grade.
How to have a digital science fair.
First, you do a science project. Take photographs during your science experiment.
Next, you have to write a report. Next, you use Adobe Photoshop Elements 10 to make your own poster. Then use pictures from your experiment for your background and icons.
The next step is design the layout and the text.
Our art teacher came in and taught us how to use Adobe Photoshop Elements 10 to make this whole poster. How we took the pictures of it, of the icons in the background, we just took the picture and sent it in. We put the background here and added the icons and wrote my question, my hypothesis, my data, my experiment, and my conclusion.
Next, you record your presentation.
Next, you make an aura with the Aurasma app. Now our project is done, so we can invite our parents to see our posters. Finally, when the parents come, they can scan our posters with their mobile device.
My question, what soda makes the biggest explosion? My hypothesis, I think that Pepsi makes the biggest explosion.
So what a digital science fair is basically we started out with a scientific method study, and the students were to conduct a science experiment based on the scientific method that they have learned and studied about in 4th grade. So during our CSI day, our art teacher gave a presentation on using Adobe Photoshop Elements 10 at the school, which we have multiple site licenses for. She talked about creating your own images instead of just using a Google image search as graphics. So then I thought, well, if we have all these site licenses we can install on our computers, maybe the kids could create their own image to use as their science project background. During this process, the art teacher came into our classroom during our art period, and together she co-taught not only the students how to use Adobe Photoshop, but I had to learn as well, because we would work on the steps she taught us during that period for that week until it was the next art period, and she would give us the next steps too. So I had to learn it as much as the kids were learning it, so I could help them in between art periods. One time I even forgot a step, but I had to get kids and ask them, what was the next step? I forgot. And they were able to help me out. This project, we had a parent meeting to explain about the science experiment, about taking pictures, about using your Google Drive to upload your pictures or to send in pictures, and about the poster too at the end. And I told the parents, you just do the experiment with the kid, have fun, just have fun with the experiment, take lots of pictures, and we'll take care of the presentation part. Probably the hardest part was getting the photos in from the families. We had them in a multiple variety of ways. I had most people emailed the photos. Some students and families were able to create their own Google Drive and upload them at home, and then be able to download them here at school to open and use in Adobe Photoshop. One boy even took pictures off his Nintendo DS and was able to share his photos from his own personal mobile device or gaming device. Near the end of the project, the students were still responsible for writing their report, just as you would do with any scientific experiment, including their hypothesis, their data, their conclusion, their results. And then when the students had the report written, we recorded them giving a presentation of their science experiment. In the end, to present the students' projects, we use the Aurasma app, which is an augmented reality program, which basically is nothing new. If you think about Star Wars back in 1977, when R2-D2 is projecting the image of Princess Leia asking for help, or if you think about Harry Potter movies in Hogwarts, where the foot paintings come to life when you pass by them, they talk to you. That's kind of what this app does, where it allows you to scan an image and then it comes to life. It talks to you. using this app, I was able to link the students' videos with their posters, and then when parents came by with their iPad or iPhone or whatever kind of tablet, they could scan the poster, and a video of that kid would come up and talk to you, giving you they would give them their report. This is kind of like how military families overseas are keeping up with entertainment and news and media stateside. A lot of people are going to internet-based content media. It's how you want it, when you want it, where you want it. You can come to parents were able to come to the science fair anytime they could come during the 2-hour period and just browse through the hallways and through the classroom, scanning posters as they wanted to. It was also uploaded on our website using Google Drive, so that parents who could not make it could click on any poster they wanted and watch the video as well. They could send a link to the grandparents, and I found that kids went on there just curious about other kids' projects, and they just wanted to know what other kids' projects were. So I thought that was pretty cool. For me, 21st century learning is integrating technology with purpose and with meaning. How can you connect technology with what you are doing in the classroom? How can students use it to enhance their studies and to enhance their presentations? Probably the most amazing thing about this whole process, we had Adobe Photoshop, we had Aurasma apps, we had recordings going on, we had them on Google Drive, and we had kids with their iPods scanning these devices, scanning these posters. In the end, all the kids kept talking about when looking at their various classmates' posters and when scanning their posters is, what was your experiment about? How did you do that? What happened? They would go from poster to poster. All they wanted to know was about each other's experiment. They wanted, when you asked a kid, tell me, how did you make this poster? They wanted to talk about their experiment. So in the end, I think that was a great thing, because that's how it started, and in the end, that's how it ended.